Hello everyone, it is Sunday the 14th of January 2018. We're 2 weeks into the new year, so I'm going to do a short little update. I've only worked on a couple of things, so this isn't going to take very long, and I'll piece it together with more at the end of the month. So, I hope everyone's had a nice start to the year. Hope the weather hasn't been too bad for everyone. I know people in the US are suffering with loads of snow, and everyone in Australia is enjoying the nice temperatures. So we had a bit of snow here. We don't often get much snow, but it wasn't enough to cause any disruption at all, and it was at the weekend, so it was actually really nice when you don't have to go out in it. So here we are with the Garden Club series by Blackbird Designs. I finished part one, and I finished part one last Sunday. I think I only spent 4 evenings on it. They don't take very long at all. See if I can get in here, because I'm really pleased with my little Smyrna crosses on the basket. And there's some satin stitch on the cherries. That's a basket of fruit. And then Friday night, this Friday, just gone, I started part 2, which is called Apple Orchard. And I did quite a lot last night actually. I got all these branches and the tree trunk and the leaves done, as well as some of the apples. So there's not a lot to do on this one. These ones really stitch up quite quickly. Nice little pieces sitting on the sofa, just stitching and watching a bit of television. I am working these using one strand of the called for threads. I'm working it on a 36 count linen fabric. Yes, this is why I got fabric. And it's a hand-dyed piece from Barbara L Creations. And the colour is called Early America. And it's nice beigey brown with greys, a bit of mottling. It's quite a warm colour and almost a bit earthy, so I thought it would be really nice for the garden series. And so far the colours are really popping on it. I'm planning to work it, there's 12 in the series altogether, so the plan is to do 3 rows of 4 pieces. Makes sense. It's an easier way to say it. So there we have that so far. And the next piece I've been working on is Eternal Promise. And this is my focus piece. I say for this year, but it will be until it's finished, which by my calculation should be next year if I keep up a good pace on it. So we'll see. I started back on this on New Year's Day. I started it it's being used every month in the Full Coverage Fanatics group. Anne P runs that. She's got some videos, and I think there's some Flosstubes that explain the group. Full Coverage Fanatics. And there is one event every month for stitching by numbers, and that is a goal of stitching 1200 stitches on a full coverage piece. This is going to be worked on every month this year, so it's just a shoe-in for that really. And I've done one page already, and there's about over 4,500 stitches. So I've easily done the stitch by numbers. It would have to be a very bad month for me to not get that total. So that's a shoe-in for that. This month is also the monthly theme is fantasy, Lord of the Rings. So it's working out for that, and I think that's it for this month. once I've got plan, I'm working on the second page, which would just leave me with this little tiny strip to do. Now, last year I was working stitch 2 pages and then rotate. But if I do that this year, then every month's going to have one of these tiny little pages in. I don't really want to count it as a page in its own right. So what I'm going to do is work a 2, 2, 3. So there's like 1 page, 2 page, 3 page, 4 page, 5 page, 6 page, 7 page. So 2, 2, 3. That'll kind of get that one picked up and put in. Now we're 2 weeks into the month, and I usually like to swap by the end of the 3rd week. So I think I should be good for getting that done, and then having a bit of time to spend on the other 2 pieces that I'm going to work on this month. But more of that when I do them. So I've been doing some Stitch With Me videos for this piece. Rather than keep all the Stitch With Me's on the same piece, what I plan to do is, when I get the other 2 pieces out that I'll be working on, do a couple on those as well. Just so you've got something different to look at as well. But it's really good to see there's loads and loads of Stitch With Me videos coming out now. They're a lot of fun to watch, and it's good to see people's different stitching styles. So they're mostly the part of the Off the Grid group. So Caroline at Off the Grid, she set up a Friday Off the Grid party stitch along. So she'll record a Stitch With Me video during the day and put it up, and we can all stitch along with that in the evening and post pictures of our progress in the group. Ginger Gerald Stitcher, he's doing some as well, and Benny Michelle Garrett, she's doing a few, and Crafty Curator Letitia. So lots of fun things to watch and stitch along with, and to see lots of different projects. I always find it interesting to watch how people stitch, because Blitz Stitch did a video on his diagonal stitching method, and there's another lady, I think it's Needlebug, she also stitches diagonally. Her method's slightly different, so that could be another good one for people to watch if they wanted to try that out. I'm carrying on with my kind of just cross country and running it down. I don't work a colour at a time cross country. I just use it till threads run out and then pick a different area to stitch. So that's how it ends up looking like that anyway. So I think that's it for now from me. I will do another update maybe in the end of next week if I can fit it in, and hopefully by then I'll have a lot more progress. I want this page finished this week and hopefully to be on that one by next weekend, but a bit busy this week, so we'll see how that gets on. So hope you're all doing well, and I'll see you later. Bye. Good morning everyone. It is Sunday the 21st of January 2018, and I've finished another one of the Garden Club series. This is Apple Orchard, and it's part 2 of the Garden Club series by Blackbird Designs. So if I pull back a bit, you can see that I have parts 1 and 2 complete. Part 2 is a lot brighter. There's no speciality stitches on this one, just the variegated flosses all cross stitch. It didn't take me long to do again. I think four evenings for each of these. I did use, well, I was going to use it for the first Off the Grid Friday stitching, stitching from 6 until midnight, but my cat was just a little bit unwell and everything had to be put away because it was a bit messy. So he's fine, but it meant that there was no stitching done. So I changed mine to Saturday instead, did a load then. So that didn't take long to do at all anyway. So next I will be starting on part 3. Don't know if you can see that light, honeybee. It's all very pale on the picture, but cover pictures never anything to go by anyway. So I'm looking forward to doing that one. That one's just got some satin stitch on it. So again, I'm stitching this using 1 strand over 2 on 36 count linen, and the linen I got from Barbara L Creations on Etsy, and the colourway is Early America. So look. Hey. So it's January and I stitched 3 pages. Yay. I think when I recorded the other update before you'll just see just before this clip, I was at the bottom of the second page of this month, which is page 12 on the chart, and that just left me with this bit to do. It was only like 25 stitches wide, the last page, so I thought rather than do 2 pages a month and use that as one of the pages, which it took me 4 evenings to do, it's ridiculous. So I thought I would just get on and get it done in January. So there we go. That is a row finished. Let's see if I can pull back enough so you can see the whole thing so far. There we go. Aren't they lovely? Isn't that forest gorgeous? Of course I've got a squirrel lit now, so that means I'm not going to see much more of that tops of those trees, all the light. It's lovely. But it does mean that I get to give Arwen a neck. She needs a neck. And so I'm not doing any more on this now until February, so this is it for January. And then I'll be starting back over here, a little bit border and next page. 2 pages. I think they will both be trees. I might get a bit of Arwen hair in it. So plan is the next row of pages 2, 2 and a 3, so that'll be 2 pages in February, 2 pages in March, 3 pages in April. That's the plan. And then I'll have another row of pages done. Sounds really good when you say it quickly. Makes you feel like you're going to get through it. It's still not going to be finished till next year. But it's my focus piece. I want this done. It's so beautiful. So the plan for the rest of the month is there's 11 days now to the end of the month. One evening I'm going out to dinner with my own Aragon. So dinner one night, so that's 10 days. So that breaks down nicely because I have 2 projects left for the full coverage Fanatics group stitch along. So I'm planning to put in 5 days on Snow Girl and then 5 more days on Trick or Treat, which was my Christmas Day new start. I'm going to be doing other bits in between. I'll get started on that Blackbird Designs block number 3. I'm going to do some work on my Death by Cross Stitch. I can't get my craft room at the moment. It's a mess. We've had a big clean up everywhere else in the house. So, so tiring. But it means that everything else is clear and clean and tidy. But a lot of stuff that we've still got to go through all got put in my craft room, which means I was just able to work my way around to get Death by Cross Stitch out. But I've got it. I'm going to do it downstairs. I've got a stand I can put it on downstairs. So, I got some more cleaning to do. That's not this month now. There's too much rubbish to be got rid of first from the other move round. And then once that's done, then proper tidy up upstairs, clear out the junk out of that room, get it thrown away, and then I can have my room back just in time for the spring, and it's starting to get warm because it is freezing up there now. I'm not doing that. Can't make me stitch in the cold. Anyway, that's enough rambling. I'm going to get myself set up, get the frame swapped over, get Death by Cross Stitch out for a little bit, do some this morning, and then switch over to Snow Girl this afternoon. So, next week's just before the end of the month. I'll probably do a quick update then, and then more of an update on the last day of the month before putting this up live. So, hope you're having a good January. Hope the weather's been alright to you. Not many people where it's just been nice. So, I'll see you soon. Bye. Hello again. It is Saturday the 27th of January. And I'm just doing a quick recording because I'm about to switch over projects. This is Snow Girl. It's a retired chart from Heaven and Earth Designs, and the artwork is by Neen Thomas, and it's a portrait of a woman in the snow. So I've been stitching it for the winter stitch along in the Full Coverage Fanatics group, and I've nearly reached a page finish. The winter stitch along, the seasonal stitch along, carries on for a couple of more months, well, at least until it's spring in the northern hemisphere. And I lost my train of thought there. I was just thinking, surely in Australia, in the southern hemisphere, Australia, New Zealand, and all you guys, and down in Africa and South America, you should all be stitching summer, because it is. Anyway, it's winter here, and I'm stitching Snow Girl. And nearly done a page, but I think I shall get that finished next month. That's the plan anyway. Because I do 2 pages of Eternal Promise at the start of a month, I may not have any time to do any winter sow stitching in March, so February may be my last month for it anyway. But there we go. Wispy strands of hair, full of lots of different colours. It's fairly straightforward until you hit the hair, and the wispy bits in particular. The block bits here, they're black, and they've got bits of light colours in the little patches. I think it's like snow falling. So there we go. It's very pretty. And also kind of another stitch along, but it's the Friday off the grid party stitching, and that was last night. And stitched from, I think I stitched from just after 6 p.m. until 11:30, getting this finished. Now I'd stitched a lot of it at work during lunch breaks, about half an hour, 40 minutes at the most, on any one day that I do stitch it. And so I had the sheep and the house done, and the green, I think I'd actually done the outline of the flowers. I hadn't filled in the flowers with the yellow bits. So last night, border, finished off the flowers, stitched birds, letters, little bit across the top with a heart on, and a weepy willow tree, and those flowers. So got it finished. It's another finish for the month. That's my 3rd finish this year. Can really knock out these smalls, which is why I prefer to stitch big pieces, because I keep changing projects and having to sort out flosses and fabric, and just reorganise everything. That's no fun. Sewing's fun. That's why I do the big ones. So that's it for now. I'm going to switch on to Trick or Treat now for the rest of the month, because that one comes under the Elements Stitch Along for Air, which is in the Full Coverage Fanatics group as well. And I started that one at Christmas, so I'm hoping to get a bit more progress on that for the rest of the month. And as I said, February, first thing, back to Eternal Promise for 2 pages. So I shall record a last segment of this in the week when it's the end of the month, and then get it all put together and online. So talk to you soon. Bye. Hello, it is the last day of January. It's Wednesday the 31st of January. That's the first month of 2018, gone flying by. And this was the last thing that I've worked on. This is Trick or Treat from Heaven and Earth Designs, from artwork by Randall Spangler. And I'm stitching it on 28 count easy count fabric from Zweigart. I'm doing it full crosses. Let's see if I'm getting close enough yet. Full crosses. And this is quite an open weave fabric. Sometimes I'm getting a little bit of slipping with my stitches, which is a bit frustrating. It's not something that I get with Monaco. I think Monaco's a much tighter weave and the holes are smaller. So if you have trouble seeing the holes on something like Monaco, then easy count might be the way for you to go. So I've been working on this for a few days, since the weekend onwards. And I'm working on it for the Air Elements sale from Full Coverage Fanatics on Facebook. Now this is the third full coverage piece that I've been working on this month, and personally I think it's a bit too much for me. I don't like all this switching around. So what I'm going to do in the future is just work on 2 full coverage pieces. So the main one will be Eternal Promise, and that's my focus piece, so I'll be doing 2 pages of that in February. And then once that's done, I'm going to carry on with Snow Girl for the winter stitch along and get that page finished. Now there isn't a lot to do to finish that page, so once that's done I'll have a look. I might just switch to doing a few small things, maybe work on some Death by Cross Stitch just to finish up the month, maybe even get Santa Owl out just to do a little bit, but it all depends. February's a short month. So that's really it. Month's flown by. I have got a lot done. I did 3 pages finished on Eternal Promise. I've finished 2 parts of the Blackbird Designs Garden Club series. I've also finished the IJK Sampler house from Little House Needleworks. So it's been a very productive month. I've also started dipping my toes into the world of English paper piecing, and I've got a block of the month kit that I'm working on that. Nothing to see yet. Maybe next month I'll have something a bit put together and I'll quickly show that. But that's it for me now. Hope you've had a great month stitching. If you're struggling to get yourself motivated to stitch and you do full coverage pieces, join the Full Coverage Fanatics group on Facebook. And if you just like having a fun group of people to stitch along with, then join the Friday Off the Grid group on Facebook as well. There's a lot of chatting there and lots of varied pieces of work. Lots of things to tempt you if you're short of that sort of thing. So I'll see you next month. I'll probably record a couple more Stitch With Me videos as well. And that's it for now. So, see you at the end of February. Bye.